everybody, Joseph Rothschild here, aka MBT, and it is time for the top 16 of the March 2022 Chalislime Monthly. We have had 7 grueling rounds of competition, and we have come up with a top 16 that shockingly is 15 different decks. I know, that's impressive. One of the most diverse formats in the history of time, depending on how you look at it. Because while there are a ton of different archetypes represented, there is one thing most of them have in common. They're all playing the adventure engine. In fact, this is unquestionably the age of adventure. And for our first match in the top 16, we will be watching 2 individuals who are playing decks functionally enabled by that engine. First up is, unsurprisingly, ABC Adventure. You all wanted to see it, and as a result, I will deliver. But second might be a little different than what you were expecting. We are going to be watching Alan TCG's Dragon Link build. I don't want to talk too much about it because there's not really a consensus yet as to whether this deck is better with or without the adventure stuff. So I don't want to tint the glasses of King Magic Ruler as they go in, but I'm very excited to see this game, and they are just starting right now. Let me just get these names correct. Okay, so that was a pass. Interesting decision. Very interesting. Okay. Lancia coming down, shotgunned. Okay, that makes sense. You know, will certainly decrease the amount of stuff they're able to do, but you don't need to banish to find Rite of Aramesir if you just draw it. So down comes both the token and I imagine a Fateful Adventure as well. Now, if you are in a position where you are passing on turn 1, there's probably a 100% chance, especially in a deck as dense as this one, that you have some sort of interaction. But sometimes your opponent draws the Griffin Rider too, so it doesn't matter. We'll be able to trigger Journey of Destiny here if we want. And holy guacamole! What is going on? They just have everything! We can trigger the Journey of Destiny here. I imagine there might even be a Ghost Ogre lurking that is now just absolutely offline. Oy, oy, oy. All right, we will just equip it. You know, no reason to even add it to the hand. The Draco back here. I imagine we'll see maybe a normal summon of an ABC piece. Okay, Union Hanger is about as good as it gets, and this is full combo with an Omni on field the entire time, it appears. Down comes the Sea Crush Wyvern. We're going to normal summon that and equip from deck a copy of Union Driver. This individual got me demonetized last time because I played Solidarity Forever, which for some reason has DMCA attached to it. How's that for ironic? A Assault Core the pick. We're going to get a Union Driver from deck and change it out for a B, I suppose. Yeah, we're just going to combat. You know, might as well just test the waters here. Is this lethal? 2K 1500, 2K 19. This is 600 off, right? Can you Union Driver in battle phase? No, you can't summon it. Okay. Oh. Here I was excited that this means ABC, but we actually can't trigger the effect of Union Driver while we're under Lancia. Right. Ah, that is kind of crusty. So while we do have Alan at a cool 600 life points, the only life point that matters in Dragon Link is the last one. We maybe send the A and the Aquamancer to the graveyard to make a Verte Anaconda here, but even that's only okay. All right, okay. Well, this shockingly could go either way from this position. Thinking here, there are a lot of things you can do from this position. Masquerade Pass, that's interesting. Would it have been better to get B over Union Driver then? I imagine that King Magic Ruler wasn't thinking about it. You can make a format Apo and call it a day. If you have your opponent on multiple hand traps, both of which interact with Apo, maybe not. I literally just saw damage and brain went off, says King Magic Ruler. True, fair, understandable. Cowboy for game? Well, you can't Xyz with a token. That would be very funny. For Gore, I'm under Lancia. That seems to be the way it always is. Yeah, this is a thinker. DPE is like great, but not even super like good into Dragon Link specifically. All of their stuff just resists destruction so effectively. Looks like we are going to try it. The Verte Anaconda here. We're going to trigger the A Assault Core even. Wow. Put itself back in the hand. Oh, put the Union Driver in the hand. And there's the Nibiru. That's going to force out the Griffin Rider. Okay. I mean, that is decent. If it's a third hand trap in hand, like you fire the Verte Anaconda and they affect Valor, suddenly you're a bit of a sitting duck. Nope, they're going to let it resolve. Second Nibiru time? Yeah, that's how it works. Chat, what does use mean? All right, we do get to trigger Journey, unfortunately. We can get the Griffin Rider, discard like the A or the C or the Union Driver. And because Griffin's a quick, we'll have the Omni still. Oh, God. Oh, that set card could be killer as well. All right, this is getting a little different. All right, 4 cards in hand. They have to be 4 really good ones to play through Griffin Rider plus DPE. That's a really good one. That's a start. Evenly right now. I imagine when they leave main, we're going to trigger the Griffin Rider. So, of course, we can't Griffin preemptively because we need to be able to fire something here. Oh, E-Telly chained to the Griffin Rider. We might be able to get a lot done here. Okay, Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit's a really good one. It trades for the Griffin Rider, which means you probably have to, like, proactively DPE here. But then you're playing, like, against a deck like Dragon Link that can so effectively chain block all its activations with essentially one negate in the Griffin Rider. Okay, there is White Dragon Wyver Burster. And there's Boot Sector Launch. This is maybe enough. All right, down comes the White Dragon Wyver Burster. There's the Romulus. Romulus is super interesting. This is a gnarly target for so many things. You want to see what your opponent's adding first. If they're adding the Ravine, yeah, Ravine is so tasty for exactly DPE. But doing all of this with the Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit on field is it's so frustrating because, like, whoa! Actually, the issue is going to be pressed right the hell now. Okay, Levianeer comes down. You have to Griffin Rider this. They chain Ghost Ogre, and suddenly your board is cleared? Oh, God. That's incredible. What an unbelievable card to have in hand. All right, so the remainder of the hand is... Oh... Lord Almighty, Forbidden Droplet. Oh, God. Oh, they sent the Verte and the Draco back. That's going to be the Ghost Ogre and the Levianeer. Oh, no. And now the gate is back online. Well, we know there's 2 field spells in hand. Both of those trade for the 2 interactions on field. And then you maybe can, if you have an extender, you can maybe win the game with like a Boral Sword. Or you can force the issue with Hulk. You probably have to negate the Hulk with the Griffin Rider, right? And it's a question for sure. Okay, that is what is happening. Hulk to the grave. You might have to just bank on your opponent not having a rocket in their hand. Like if they have a Tracer in hand, okay, now you know the entire hand. It's Rox Rose Dragon. So we trigger Rox Rose. Nothing we can do to negate this. Basil Rose Shoot. This is a 4 before we even commit to the field spell. So we just have to make a 4 that contests the DPE. And then we can maybe, like, just make an 8 our way out of this game. The other thing is if you don't win the game or clear the entire board here, that ABC player is just going to windmill slam that C, make ABC, and you are just out of the game. Closed world with DPE, we're 1 off. Yep, and Alan says, nope, not enough. You got it. Wow, that was shockingly close. And, you know, how about those ABC plays, huh? How about those ABC plays? You know what I'm saying? Oh, my goodness. Dragon Link. You know, I'm not trying to say that there was like no ABC played that game. It was because of very specific reasons, obviously. Like if the Lancia hadn't come down, you know, we would have seen ABC, but that was very much an adventure game. I'm starting to see what people are meaning when they say, yeah, the decks are all different, but the lines are all pretty similar. All right, game 2. I imagine Alan's going to go first, and this is a strange place to be. Went first last game and just bricked on hand traps, so hoping that doesn't happen twice. Okay, quick launch is a pretty good one. All right, so from here, we're going to go for the Striker Dragon. We're going to fire the Striker Dragon. That's going to get a Boot Sector launch from deck to hand. Loving this 60 cards, by the way. This is so sick. All right, we're going to fire the Striker Dragon, targeting the Tracer. Cycle that stuff out. I don't understand why players do that, because, like, I'm already Tracer. What the... What on earth? What the hell? Woohoo! How could this happen twice? Oh my god, this is getting ashed 1 quadrillion % of the time. Maybe it's getting ogred. Ogre's pretty good against this. All right. I mean, honestly, that last one was really close, and this is the exact same, except he started with quick launch. ABC targeting the C. Let's see the ogre. I mean, do you even ogre this? Or do you wait for, like... Yeah, you do. Yeah, this is just ogring this. Do you wait for the adventure? And if we have Rite of Aramesir, that might be the end of the game. That is sort of Rite of Aramesir. It's not pretty. If the card we send is B, that's a big problem, right? Or A, rather. Okay, getting Aquamancer. What are we discarding? A. Okay, if we have a B engrave, we could do it. Aquamancer here for Aramesir. Ash the Aquamancer. Let's go. If we're playing Clara and Rushka, we could still do it. Yo, wait! Oh my god, if the Dragon Link player gets out of this turn, it's just over. It's just absolutely over. 0 negates. Clara and Rushka? They're playing it. They're playing Clara and Rushka, the Velintro duo. Holy shit-a-moly. That chain blocks the C. So we get Draco back. We can go summon a B. Yes. Now we can go B and the Clara into Verte, ABC, DPE. We almost had to pass on nothing, and we're going to pass on ABC, DPE. Holy shit. Oh my gosh. Okay, all right. That said, you know, those are really good cards. Not necessarily cards that Alan isn't prepared to deal with. You know, a well-timed Nibiru here would just end the entire game. That's summon number 3. C, that's summon number 4. So there's no way to play around this, really. He's like, if he's got nib, he's got nib. You know, that's just the way it is, baby. And you probably do it here also, just so that you don't have to deal with DP, right? Like, if you let the Verte Anaconda resolve, then they can, like, do some magic. Okay. All right. I mean, that's not Nibiru. Oh, no. Alan, not like this. Oh, gee. 60 cards. 60 cards. Okay, so the hand was Quick Launch, Ash, Ogre, Gamma, Driver. Okay, I'm starting to see why this happened. So now we're going to have to see if ABC can carry it on its own, you know? If ABC gets to tag out, it's huge. Wow, I don't know, maybe you shotgun this. It's weird because they don't have Striker, there's not a really good link off. They have to go for Pisty here, which is, I mean, not nothing. But if you banish it, you maybe cut them off of everything, right? The punish is if they have like Tracer. Oh, you know the hand actually is Tracer plus Boot Sector Launch. So if you fire the ABC here, they just Tracer, target the Boot Sector Launch. They go for like Chaotic Magical Dragon, and then they're off to the races. Oh, this is hard. Coaching? I mean, all of this is known information. Also, I'm sorry. Like, there's just no way around it. You have to let this, like, go, but if they go, like... Yeah, if they go Pisty, trigger black for white, summon white... I mean, then they have so much. I'm coping. True. Man, this is a really rough one for sure. I mean, you're probably letting them Romulus for free here. Just on spec that, like, banishing Boot Sector Launch wins you the game. If you have any hand traps, you also win. But it looks like we don't, or if we do, it's like Nibiru. There's Boot Sector Launch. Now, this is weird because we can use Boot Sector to summon the Tracer, but we also haven't normaled. So if we banish the Boot Sector Launch here, we can just normal the Tracer. And now if we go for the Tracer, they can chain the Tracer. So you have to, like, wait for them to target something with the Tracer and then pop the target. Yeah, Ravine doesn't do anything here because we have no freaking cards in hand. This is the most patient ABC in the universe. All right, we are going to go for the Tracer, targeting the Boot Sector Launch. I imagine that will eat the ABC. I guess theoretically they could wait. Yeah, but hitting the Boot Sector Launch is... Oh! Hitting the Tracer. That's interesting. That's to play around Hulk? Wow. Well, I guess that's what you get for being a better player than me. Is a better understanding of what you should be banishing. Tracer Darklock. Does Tracer Darklock even if it fails to summon? I imagine it would. Yeah, never mind then. Last card, Ravine. So where do we go from here? We can go Spheres. We're dark locked. Yeah, we have to go Unicorn. This is so bad. We Unicorn and they just tag out. Wow. And a quick 2-0 for King Magic Ruler. And you all said ABC wouldn't win the game. You all said ABC wouldn't win. Well, guess what? It did. Hey everybody, Joseph Rothschild here, aka MBT, and we are back with your top 8 of the March 2022 Chalislime Monthly. We are down, I am happy to report, to 4 adventure decks and 4 non-adventure decks, meaning the meta is perfectly in balance. Let me talk to you a little more specifically about the decks that are still in it. We have ABC Adventure versus Fluonderies, Crusadia Adventure, very strange deck, I hope we get to see that, versus Dino, Lyralisk Tri-Brigade in the year of our Lord 2022 versus Adventure Sky Striker, very sick deck as well, took down Jeff just now, and finally the match we will be watching, Burrito Man 93 on Tenyi Sword Soul versus Kalti, who was undefeated in this tournament and in Top Cut so far with Virtual World Adventure. I am really happy about this list. It looks super tight. We were watching it a couple of rounds in a row, and the amount of options this thing has is just unbelievable. I'm not going to waste any more of your time. Let's jump directly into the duel, and we'll see what they are up to. Okay, so very important for Burrito Man. They have won the die roll. There is no doubt that if Virtual World is allowed to get off to the races, it can go very, very far. Burrito Man also on 43 cards. It's kind of fun watching these individuals experiment between 42, 43, 41 in a world where everything is just so accessible. Lancia coming down, and not surprising, we found in Swiss that Kalti is on 3 copies of Lancia main. It's so good against so much of the metagame. I mean, even right here, a deck that you wouldn't expect to see in the metagame, it's going to cut off a Shunna, cut off extension from a significant amount of these cards. As a result, we are probably going to have to be satisfied with like Chi Blackout, and that's definitely something that VW can play through. All right, so we have Chi right here. And that's going to trigger the Moye in Graveyard as well. So we're going to draw a card, add a card from deck to hand. We already have the Blackout, so we'll probably be getting the Longwan here, though I imagine it will depend on the contents of the hand. Yep, Longwan added. And from here we can end on, like, Longwan into Baron Pass if we have another card we're satisfied pitching, but apparently we don't. 1-card set, wonder what that could be. Main for Kalti. Now, there are some hands that do very poorly against Blackout, so we'll see. Probably one that starts with Adventure is going to be fine. So Aquamancer of the Sanctuary coming down, and the Ash Blossom following it up. Okay, we will have to actually hard draw the Rite of Aramis here if we want to do anything with the Brave token this game. Okay, we did it. It's fine. Rite of Aramesia coming down. We're going to get ourselves a copy of the Adventure token, and from deck, a copy of Fateful Adventure. This has been everywhere all week, performing such an amazing role in so many different ways, in so many different decks. In this one specifically, it allows you to ensure that your really, really high-impact cards are not going to be messed with. Things like Lulu targeting a set Chuche off of Kaloon, for instance. Right here, we're going to use the Fateful Adventure in order to get from deck to hand a copy of Draco back. We can also use the effect of Fateful Adventure to do something like bin a copy of Qinglong that we have drawn. There's just so much you can accomplish based on what your grip looks like in this deck. And it turns out the decks that have these like malleable lines and all these different ways to use this card are doing really, really good this format. We'll see if a Ghost Ogre comes down or if we want to actually fire off the Blackout here. This is not a terrible time to Blackout, but there's a huge punish, right? If we have like a Lulu, we can just target the Nyan Nyan and that's full combo if they eat the token and the Fateful. If they eat the Nyan Nyan and the Fateful and we have like a Draco back, that is a huge punish as well. So this is going to take a while, certainly. And it's really rough to be doing this against Virtual World because Blackout is otherwise such a high-impact card, able to blank a name because you get to target the card on field. We are going to go for the Blackout here. Blackout to get rid of the Chi. Let's see what the targets are. It is going to be Journey Nyan Nyan. So saying, if you have Griffin Rider, that is no sweat off my nose. You know, do what you got to do. Kaloon, if we see a Lulu in hand, I will come. If the hand was Kaloon, Aquamancer, Aramesia, Lulu, I will lose it. Easy. I mean, it's just that easy. I don't know what to tell you. It's just that easy. I just don't know what to tell you. It's that easy. Oh my god. We have seen Kalti do this like all day. I swear to god they have found a literal exploit in the shuffler. My lord, how do you get this good? Oh gosh. All right, so we're going to get ZC off of the Lulu. We're going to bid a copy of Qinglong. That Qinglong probably is going to activate afterwards. The Nyan Nyan gets to trigger in the graveyard because we summoned a 3 to our side of the field. And now we have a 3 tuner and a 4. God, it's just... Even the token being on field is such a big deal. Now, there is one scenario in which Burrito Man would not want to extend into the long one, and that's because he has like a Nibiru or some sort of like amazing hand trap. Yeah, that completely outs the board. Okay, so now we have in hand a card we can pitch for Longwan, a Longwan, and in graveyard and a Shunna. So with no responses on their side of the field, this is going to be really difficult for Kalti to chew through. That was a little telegraphed, but very, very high impact for sure. All right, we can at least go for the Qinglong here, and we'll see what they can accomplish from this position. This is the last piece of interaction they have. They'll be able to, at minimum, wield the Chuche but I don't know how much further it's going to go. Pitching the Draco back. Why is that so good? We'll go for the Laulau here, targeting the Chuche. There's no way he's got more interaction, right? I mean, just unbelievable, right? All right, sending another copy of the Qinglong to the graveyard, maybe for next turn. We've got the Chuche. We can reborn, like, the ZC here. Yeah, so that's a non-tuner. At minimum, we can go Shen Pass, which is probably good enough, but all it really trades for is the battle phase because of the fact that the Nibiru is still on the field. Oh, okay. We are going to Chuche modulate the ZC to a 6. From here, we can go Beatrice. And we've been seeing a bunch of really sick Beatrice lines out of Kalti the entire day. Not only do we have garbage like Lancia in rotation that we can then Baron into in our standby phase. We've also got like Snow in deck. Fan the pick here instead. Also really good. So we're going to detach 2. We'll target the Nibiru and a card in the graveyard. Yeah, going for the Ashana says, okay, good luck. Like, you're not going to be able to work with the Ashana. All right, we are going direct for 26. Now, Kalti's extra deck is pretty tight, so I don't know, but if they have Gaia Charger, this is also Zeus. And they do. All right, okay. So through all of that, Kalti has put together Zeus plus a Chuche pop plus a ZC activation at end step. So some sort of inevitability. We do know that Burrito Man has Longwan plus a target for Longwan, but not the worst position to be in. Not the worst position to be in. This is a lot of back and forth. I'm really impressed by this. Helps that Kalti drew like a fucking god. Okay, so 4 cards in hand. We know 2 of them. The Longwan and the Adhara. The Adhara is a free special here if we have another proc for the Longwan. All right, we are going to go for the Adhara here. We'll special the Adhara. Now, it's a weird position to be in. You had to get rid of the Ashana so that it doesn't extend, but now the Adhara can extend into the Ashana here, right? So we're actually going to Chuche here in order to cut them off of non-effect monsters so they can't trigger the Adhara. And then if they go for the Longwan, they'll get the token, we'll fire the Zeus, and just bet that the last card in hand isn't good enough. But wow, Moye the Unknown, unreal. All right, we're going to get a token here. I wonder if you just do it. If you just say, okay, if you have a target for Longwan, you have a target for Longwan. I'm not going to give you the opportunity to try it. Yeah, it's got to be any worm, but it is kind of worm light. Oh, this is a tough one. All eggs in this basket. Oh, it's so tense. I'm on the edge of my seat here. What's the unknown? It is a worm. Oh, it's a Sword Soul Emergence. Holy shit, that's sufficient. So we're going to go a long one here, summon a token. Now that we control a non-effect monster, if we want, we can use Adhara Engrave to get the Ashana back to hand. Oh my goodness, this is incredible. With the Ashana in hand, we're going to be able to, I mean, just basically do whatever we want. We probably go Baron here to clear the Zeus and then walk in direct. Daring one card's VW player to accomplish anything. Adrian 37, thank you for the prime. Wow. This has been such an amazing back and forth, and it's game 1. All right, just deciding here on what they want to do. Changing is also, like, really tantalizing, right? Like, what does Baron do that Changing doesn't? And the answer is negate the effect of the Lulu we know is in hand. I don't understand how Enchantress even beats Baron, right? They just negate the Enchantress and you're stuck with a Lulu and nothing.
That was wrong.
The 177777, thank you for the 18. Yeah, big think here. Faithful's gone through. Well, it depends on if you think they're on 1 or 2 Faithful. Like, it's not really understood whether 1 or 2 is, like, that much better than the other right now. Oh, you can use the Qinglong to banish the Enchantress. No duh. I keep forgetting that this deck, despite having 1 card in hand, has amazing follow-up if you have exactly Qinglong in grave. The Lao Lao sent the Qinglong earlier in the turn, right? That will do it. But if you think that they're not on a second Fateful Adventure, you definitely do just have the game locked up. Might be thinking of a Yazi line here. That would be funny for sure. If Burrito plays Ruddy Rose. Ruddy Rose here would be so fucking sick. I don't even know if it would be good, honestly, because then they can draw Kaloon and, you know, do the whole combo. And let's go for it, says Burrito. Okay, I'm in. I believe it's just a decision being made between Changying or Barone, but you know, I am ready to be proven wrong. Okay, we're doing an Ashana line. Okay, all right. We're gonna summon what from deck? Yeah, Vashutta. So this is an 11. Oh fuck. No shot. I mean, yeah, no way. So we go Changying here. We can trigger the long one, put him at 68. We can link into a Monk, which allows us to trigger the Vashutta to bounce the Zeus. That's 45. That's pretty good. And, like, this is just such a weird scenario for VW2. Like, Changying specifically has all these terrible interactions with your deck. Like, it triggers off of a whole bunch of stuff. Oh. Was that a surrender out of Burrito Man? What the hell? What was... Well, so it's possible that they tried to do this line because they thought that banishing Vashutta would allow them to trigger Changying, but it doesn't because you have to have monsters on field. But I don't think you concede there. Like, I think you're still pretty favored.
That was wrong.
Oh, original, thank you for the 2. Let's go. True. That's the shame concede if I've ever seen it. Oh, geez. I think you play that one out. Lulu in hand. I mean, Lulu in hand for sure is crazy. But Changying without Fan in rotation is kind of hard to deal with. Like, it's one of those cards that, like, there's not a super convincing out for in VW. Fleur would have won, says Calty. Sure. Just wants to 3-0 VW. True. All right, well, that's a good start. Long one for 12 here. There's Ecclesia. Fire that bad girl off. It sucks to normal summon this card, but it is what it is. We'll go for Moye. Trigger Moye. Reveal Ashana. Oh, that's a decent one. My God. Why does Long burn? Your guess is as good as mine, buddy. This card would be exactly as playable if it didn't burn. And yet it does. Okay, I mean, have you seen this board state before? Okay. Set 1, set 2, good luck, 2 negates. I mean, you're pretty well equipped to deal with this if you've drawn the right cards, and Kalti's fantastic at it. Let's see what we got. It burns for a lore reason. Oh, thank God. I'm glad I'm losing in time for lore reasons. Rite of Aramesir here. That's a pretty good start. God, I want to be mad about, like, constant access to this card. But at the same time, like, I don't think I can be, right? Like, there's 7 ways to find this card minimum in every deck. All right, we are going to go for it here. And that's going to be met with the Baron. I like this, popping the Journey of Destiny. I don't like this. Forbidden Droplet. You have to send... you don't really have to send anything, but... Oh my Lord Almighty. Another Rite of Aramesir sent here. So we get to eat the entire board here. All right, so I mean, I guess we're 1 Lulu off, right? Adding Draco back, or Wandering Griffin Rider. Sending the 3rd Rite of Aramesir. Epic. Oh, well, you know, maybe it wasn't 3, maybe it was only 2. This is epic also. I think you have to chain Griffin Rider here, yeah. This is a weird position to be in, right? Because, like, you have to summon the Griffin Rider. The effect of Scythe triggers, right? And then you have to Griffin Rider it away, which baits out your opponent's blackout, and then you die, right? That's it. Theoretically, you could also let this resolve and save the Griffin Rider for the blackout. Yeah, that looks like what we're doing. If we Griffin Rider to negate the blackout, and then we play the Draco back, then we can clean the board, save the Scythe. Lulu in hand. Lulu in hand doesn't do it. We don't have anything to target. Okay, I mean, this is impressive. Oh, that's annoying. That's really frustrating. So, of course, you can still activate the effect of the Chi-Xiao here. And while we can't negate the effect of the face-up Scythe, we can summon a token. And now the question is, do you walk into the Chi-Xiao or do you walk into the token? You probably have to walk into the Chi-Xiao, unfortunately, because otherwise it and the Scythe trade for your token. But if you do that, they can sink the Scythe and the token off for a 9, which you expect they play because they're on the Reborn lines. So they can level modulate. This is a hard call on what to hit. Wolf Riot time. Keep coping. Wolf Riot. Man, this is a really hard one. This is a big thinker. Could be on the Croc line and just gets a free draw. I mean, that's possible. The thing about, like, this variant of VW Sword Soul is it's got a pretty comfortable amount of space in the extra. So, like, it's almost not worth planning for a lot of this stuff because realistically you could see any amount of it. We're really sitting in this battle phase, huh? We're going for the token. Yeah, we're doing the redeclare on the token. That is rough. That is rough. So now we have an onboard out to the token. And the question just becomes how far we can get. God, that Sanctum is so funny. It's just hilarious. What 9 are we afraid of? Well, we're not only afraid of 9s. We're also afraid of, like, 12s. And we're afraid of 8s if we have, like, a normal guy that maybe isn't on. I don't know who that would be. You know, the graveyard's looking pretty big. Final Sigma! True! Speaking of 8s. All right, from here we can just go into Halka-Fibrax. We can go into an 8. We've got lines. Yeah, Halk it is. Go Halk into 001. We do know that Burrito's on Auroradon stuff. A card in hand has to be exactly Nibiru, I feel like. Or we're fucked. And even then, we are probably fucked. Yeah. We are going to go to game 3. Burrito says, I don't care. I want the 3-0, baby. So this game, VW is going to be able to go first. And we have not seen that yet. Culty's going to have to draw just a little bit better than that last one. We've seen them draw fantastic the entire tournament. Except that game where they drew double Aramis here. Burrito really going into game 3 2-0. Yeah, no, chat was very explicit about how they were dead to Lulu on the crackback. This is going to shock you, but I'm not as practiced with VW lines post-adventure as I would like to be. I remember early on it was expected to be like a runaway hit with the Brave cards, and then it was only okay. And so I just did not devote that much time to understanding what it does. I knew the first weekend build where people were like swapping Barone for Scythe, but not much past that. All right, time for game 3. Let's see what we got. Will we hit that fabled VW 30%? Not today. Rite of Aramis here coming down. Oh my god. Fateful Adventure into E-Telly. My lord. Now we're getting Nyan here. We're going to trigger the Fateful Adventure. Grab ourselves a Dracobic. And now we can, you know, pitch that to anyone. Decide if we want to... Yeah, we're going for the Fateful for the Wandering Griffin Rider before... Ooh, that is an Ash Blossom and a half. Wow. Said, you can have your monster. Oh, never mind. 2 E-Telly. I'm so happy this card is at 3. I'm so happy. I'm livid. Fuming. Coral Dragon. Sure. Coral Dragon into Barone. Whatever floats your boat. Activate Coral Dragon. Show me Kaloon Lulu. Just show me Kaloon Lulu. Do it. Show me. Thinking. Oh, man. I'm sick of E-Telly. I'm sick of much this format, but E-Telly is on the list. It will not make it. E-Telly will go back. It will return to one where it belongs. Kaloon. Show me Lulu. Fucking do it. Show me Lulu. Show me Lulu. If they get Qinglong, I'm going to lose my shit. Oh my god. Do you know what they're about to do? They're going to pop the fucking Qinglong with Baron. God damn it. Oh my gosh! Okay, so like we still do need something to target with the Lulu. Now, theoretically, We haven't normal summoned yet. So we could like normal summon a ZC or something and then target that. The Lao Lao. Fuck. Oh, that'll do it. Oh, we drew Zhuanwu and it was still fine. Zhuanwu Reborn, the Nyan Nyan or the Lulu. Probably the Lulu, right? We can trigger the Nyan Nyan Engrave, go for the Lao Lao, and that's the entire combo. Yes! I love this deck. Pitch the Draco back we added for the extra card off of Fateful. Wow, this is so killer. All right, if anyone can beat this, it's going to be Burrito. Oh my gosh. Entire combo through Ash, too easy. Correct. Entire combo in a hand of the Drew Zhuanwu. All right, so we've got Lao Lao, Nyan Nyan, Lulu. And thankfully, the Nyan Nyan is not a tuner. So we're able to go Stardust Charge Warrior. Oh, we can actually do a ton here. I'm seeing a response from Burrito's end. Is it Nibiru? No shot, right? Beatrice here? So Beatrice can send any number of things, but unfortunately with Fleur on field, I imagine we're going to get some shit like Scythe sent. Yeah, that's a decent one. So we'll be trying that next turn. Set one pass. Now, if you think that is all that this Beatrice is going to be doing, get excited, because it is not. Boom! My God! Oh, Lord. You wouldn't. Oh, you would not. Oh, I am going to become the Joker. Oh, gee. The anti-spell fragrance is actually just the Joker gas. GG's, you got Scythe, says Burrito. Scoops it up, and Kalti will remain undefeated on Virtual World Adventure. I'm going to be honest with you. He played out of his fucking mind. I want to like take issue with that game, but both of those players played exceptionally well. Hey everybody, Joseph Rothschild here, aka MBT, back with the top 4 of your March 2022 Chalislime Monthly. I am proud to announce in our top 4 we have 4 different decks, half on adventure, half not. We have actually Thanos'd our way through the entire top cut with that 50% adventurer rate. On the adventure half of the bracket, we've got Virtual World versus ABC, and the match we will be watching for top 4 is very strange here. Yukie and Feyrin on Lyralisk Tri-Brigade and Dinosaur, respectively. I don't... that side of the bracket was pretty nuts, okay? There's a lot going on there. But we will see. We shall see. And I am just going to let them know that I'm ready, and here we go. Okay, so I know what you're thinking. New releases come out, a lot of new decks that are available. Certainly Virtual World has undergone a massive transformation in terms of how it integrates the adventure engine, as has ABC. Why are we still doing Tri-Brigade stuff? Why are we still doing Dinosaur stuff? To that, I have no answer. I literally do not know. I don't understand. But it's working. It has been working. The Bird Call is up next. Gonna fire it after adding the Cobalt Sparrow to the graveyard with a fractal effect. Been a long time since I've been able to say that. That's the Turquoise Warbler, which will then be summoned, triggering its effect and summoning the Cobalt Sparrow. I guess theoretically you don't have to summon it. It can summon on a new chain using its own effect, but we'll see. Seeking Snorlax, thank you for the sub. I think the Albao structure will have an impact on the meta, for sure. I don't know if it'll usher in a new Tier 0 metagame full of branded and branded only, but we'll see. We'll go for the Cobalt Sparrow here. That's going to add from deck to hand any level 1 winged beast monster. Can be Sapphire Swallow if we already have the Nerval. Can be Nerval, you know, whatever you like. From here we can go into, God, I am so glad this card is at 1. Lyralisk Recital Starling. Thankfully we only get to +1 one time over the course of this. We will trigger the effect in order to give it 600 more attack. No, we're not even activating that. You know, in the past, it was a meme that you wouldn't activate that effect to play around Ghost Ogre. But now the Ghost Ogre is everywhere. You literally have to do that. Adding DD Crow to hand instead. Wow, that's pretty good against the Miscellaneousaurus deck, huh? Looks like we already have the Nerval, so we'll go for Sapphire Swallow here, summoning it and another winged beast from our hand. Unsurprisingly, it is going to be Nerval. we've got enough in graveyard to do whatever we want, but the Lancia coming down next, and if there has been one card that has kind of been the story of this tournament, it's been main deck Lancia. I think you probably have to be considering it at this point in time. It's got so much game against so much of the meta. It kind of like Ghost Ogre, a card that, you know, is powerful and has been in side decks for a long time, but now is considered among sort of the best hand traps available in the game. You know, if I had 12 hand traps to put into any individual deck, I would certainly be thinking of Ash, Valor, Ogre, Nibiru, but also Lancia would be in contention. And it has just been absolutely killer all weekend against all manner of decks. The Dragon Link, of course, that was everywhere. The Fluandereeze, it's pretty good against. You know, obviously it's strong against Phantom Knight, and against Lyrilisk Tri-Brigade, it is a house as well. So we're going to go into the copy of Flaget here. Unfortunately, without access to banishing cards, the Tri-Brigade half of this deck does less than nothing. And while the Lyrilisk version was able to carry water for a long time by way of making, like, F-Zero into Utopic Draco Future and maybe winning the game that way just by virtue of it being a really good card, this one does not have that luxury. So as a result, we'll just see. We could probably make Apo pass. That's a pretty weak open. You're thinking about it. Okay, well, at minimum, we should probably trigger the Bear Broom, yeah. So we'll go for a Flaget here. We can cycle a card. Depends on if we want to keep that DD Crow or not. Certainly we do. If we go Bear Broom and the Sapphire Swallow into, yeah, Rugal, we can use the Revolt to summon Shrig and not necessarily trigger it. So we can trigger it at, you know, sort of our earliest convenience. And we have the DD Crow as well. And it's up against a 5-card hand instead of a 6-card hand. So it might be enough, but still rough. Still rough. Oh, that's a good one. Terraforming coming down first. Lost World is going to really complicate this. A Foolish Burial is going to really complicate this. So sending Foolish Burial probably, yeah, for the Giant Rex. We'll go for the Lost World. Do we have the OV already? Oh, we have the dub already. My God. With the Lancia engraved, that's enough out of the starting gate. Oh, sheesh. Okay, so down comes UDF. Oh, or Pankratops. Wow, that is a really rough one. Wow, that's terrible. You kind of have to shotgun it here, don't you? I mean, there's nothing it does. Wow. Yeah, so going for the Pankratops here means that if that token is ever successfully summoned to your side of the field, then there is a huge problem in that at any point they can Pankratops in order to get rid of it. Wow, this is really rough. There's almost no way to get them off of being able to destroy the token and therefore accessing their entire line. It looked like that was a passive priority. Yeah, so we will actually just see this resolve. So we're going to trigger the Giant Rex in the Banished Zone. We'll get the token. Faye says, I'm about to get my game on. Jesus Christ! That's a good one! Suddenly, I see how this deck is in top 4. After not understanding it for the entirety of this this top cut, I now understand why, in a format full of Brave tokens, Dinosaur was able to make it this far. Now I get it. I understand. Exitirum, thank you for the sub. Okay, so if you're unfamiliar with Token Collector, it's like a really sick sideboard tech off of a ton of stuff. You're able to use it to prevent your opponent from going into Sword Soul lines. It contests Brave stuff. But if you are playing exactly this deck, you can use it to destroy your own Jureg token, which then pluses you. Is the last card to hand Misk. Let's see it. Yeah, so we're going to go for the Revolt here. And we kind of... we're still kind of fucked up here, right? Because, like, revolting here means that you get to banish something, except, well, that banish is going to be a lot less impressive if your opponent has a Misk in hand, which I imagine is what they're adding. This revolt is way too late. I mean, there wasn't ever really a good time to fire it. So you have to trigger the Shureg here, and you probably have to banish the token collector, which is terrible. Okay, the Misk coming down at minimum means you don't have to worry about that. We can banish the Lost World, maybe? It's a little late for that. Yeah, that's the pick over the token collector, but I mean, I can't imagine that Dinosaur can't put up a field that beats whatever their opponent is going to do from this position onward, right? DD Crow at resolution in order to banish the miscellaneous source, so we can't at least keep extending. That's good. And, like, we have resources for following turns. If we make it out of this one, we're okay. And they don't really have a good way to contest the Shureg. Last card, Pill. We started our turn with Pill, actually. Like, we would have to go... Pank for Rugal and Shureg and end on Dolka. But that's, I mean, that's pretty sick. What the fuck is this? No way in hell are you playing this card. Oh my god. No shot. Absolutely not. So you can use Amaterasu here to target a banished level 4 or lower monster. Let's say, hypothetically, Miscellaneousaurus. Summon it to your side of the field. Link off the Amaterasu and the Misk. And then resolve the Misk in order to summon both a monster from deck and the Giant Rex. Oh, thank God that Giant Rex is once per turn. I would have lost my mind. Wow, that's incredible. I'm ready for the Dino enthusiast to show up and be like, Joseph, how do you not know this? This is a classic Dino play. We've been doing this since 2015. Doing maths? Doing math? There's no way. Well then, UCT in hand, what a god, indeed. Now, if any of these monsters could be flipped face down, it would be a lot easier. Pensatag into UCT? That sounds like lethal. 35, 26, 12, 5. It's got to be, right? Plus 16. Yeah, that's it. For sure. What an unbelievable 6 cards that they drew. That's incredible. Like, maybe the best possible 6. Oh my goodness. So, UCT in. That's 35. Rugal F might save him. Ooh, I don't think so. I wish I was as good as you, says Yukie. Yeah, you know. Oh, wait, they missequenced. Wait, they missequenced. Rugal F is main phase chat. No, no, no. That's not the one we're talking about, dingus. We're talking about the graveyard effect. All right, so now we're only taking 2 off this hit, plus the 13, plus the 25. Okay, we're still dead. It's not remotely close. Oh my god. Oh lord. Ugh. You scared me? Yeah, right. Oh jeez. Okay, I mean a really incredible game one from Dino, I'm going to be honest. A match that I would not have expected to go this way. All right, let's start a let's start a prediction. But I think what this is showing is more important than like the archetype that you're playing is like a super targeted suite of hand traps. And like if you are playing Token Collector Lancia this format and a deck that gets like incidental synergy from all of those cards, the Lancia being a non-dinosaur for a pill, the Token Collector allowing you to extend if you draw it in a scenario where your opponent isn't on adventure but you're still able to crack the Jureg token. I mean, you are going to scum a ton of free wins off of a ton of really good players just by virtue of having these strange main deck outs. So I actually really do like this as like the deck that can most effectively wield Token Collector as like a legitimate anti-meta choice. But we'll see. All right, time for game two. I imagine our Lyrilisk Tri-Brigade friend is going first. All right, we are beginning with Nerval. That is a weak open. That is a very weak open. I can still make some stuff happen. Yeah. Oh, pitching DD Crow. Jeez Louise. That is rough. All right, so we can go Saros here for 2 to summon... it depends on what the hand looks like, but we could go for the Bear Broom here. We could go for the... We could go for jack shit. We could go for getting Gammaed. So this will prevent the Saros from dying, but these aren't conditional effects. So the Gamma is still going to negate the effect of the Saros. I don't know where we go from here. I could set one. That's decent. Well, if that's a revolt, maybe we can do something. Or maybe we're fucked, you know? That is also a possibility. Getting Misk. What's the hand look like, I wonder? Can we see a Lost World? We're just firing the Misk right now. I love that Dinosaur now gets to attempt to do as much as possible before committing to the normal. Okay. That's good. All right, Lancia. That's good. That's good. Okay, we could do it. We could do it. We could do it. We could, oh my fucking god. We could do it. We could do it. Okay. The Lancia is one of, if not the most, one of the most impactful hand traps against Dinosaur. Shouts out to the one, the only Dino Chad, Don Juan, for functionally quitting the deck because Lancia was being played. All right, show me Revolt. Show me Revolt, please. Show me Revolt. Nope. No Revolt. All right, so unfortunately we are going to need a couple of cards to get off to the races here, right? Like one Triname doesn't do it unless it's exactly Fractal. Okay. That stops Misk, you know. That's now we're just playing Overraptor Control, ladies and gentlemen. This is Overraptor Control. This is normal Overraptor, search Overraptor. Gotta do what I can. We've all been there. Okay, so that Giant Rex cannot attack. Okay, Logia is a good card, you know. It's decent.
That was wrong.
Wellicious. Westlicus, thank you for the sub. OV control kind of busted. It is. In limited formats, OV control is exceptionally busted. Okay. Okay. That's a decent one. All right, 4 cards in hand. I mean, none of them are hand traps, right? None of them are it's 0 hand traps. Foolish. What are we foolishing? Nerval? Kit for Nerval? Okay. All right, we could do this. Okay. All right. We can do this. 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 Okay, and it has resolved. Okay, down comes the Fractal. We've got what? 2 engrave? Maybe we have 3 engrave. Oh man. Oh man. There is no such thing as Lancia. There is literally no such thing as Lancia. There is no such thing as Effect Veiler. Literally no such thing as Effect Veiler. Oh my god, it resolved! Holy shit! Oh, wow. Okay, we get to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Here. Going for the Flaget. That's an interesting one. Into Verte Anaconda. Let's go. Flaget effect. Yeah, you got it. Verte Anaconda effect. We are now all in on Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer. We do not have another line. We're all in on it. Oh. Yeah, Logia negated the the imperm. It was targeting the Logia. All right, so the card in hand is Revolt. Don't worry. Card in hand's Revolt. See, it's Revolt. That's the easiest Revolt I've ever seen. All right, come on. Let's see what we got. Okay, well, that explains what was going on here. It has now been explained to me. Do we Revolt now? Oh my god. Oh Lord. No, I mean if you had a Revolt, we would have fired it. I guess theoretically we could still no, because we cheated out the 2 mat. He's got Farrajeet, so it only needs 3 zones. No, we cheated out the Farrajeet. Oh boy. Well, I learned a lot today. We're going for Pank. Targeting the back row says, let's close this one up. It was Bird Call. Mirror Force set. True. We got a baby in hand. That would explain why the grip has looked absolutely dead. Oh, yeah. That's lethal. That'll do it. Oh, man. I cannot believe the anti-meta deck to emerge after the advent of adventure is Dinosaur. Dolka. We just go Dolka into UCT here, right? Oh, cool. We had one in hand also. Awesome. That's Pensatag, by the way. That's Pensatag. Wow. Time is a flat circle. We literally return to dinos. Just showing chat. I think chat is aware of what you are capable of. Oh, Lord Almighty. And Dinosaur is your first finalist. My gosh. Do we know what the other finalist is? Is that one over? A swift 2-0 for our Dino friend. Wow, wow, wow. Hey everybody, it's your boy Joseph Rothschild, aka MBT, and welcome to the finals of the March 2022 Chalislime Monthly. We have had a great day today. A lot of goofs, a lot of gaffes, a lot of spoofs, and a lot of laughs. We've watched a lot of really bad decks, a lot of really good decks, and a lot of decks where I couldn't really tell if they were bad or good, but they kept winning, so one of those is in finals. Here's the deal. Half the bracket was on Adventure. Half the bracket wasn't. The half that was on Adventure and the half that wasn't all lost at the same rate. And now we have a finals composed of two decks, one on Adventure and one not. The first is Kalti's Virtual World Adventure. This deck is fantastic. Main deck Lancia. Incredible lines to a ton of really excellent end boards. The second is Feyrin's Dinosaur. And I'm not joking. One of the most adept anti-meta strategies in the tournament, with the ability to play Token Collector as both a combo extender and a win condition against the adventure decks and decks like Sword Soul that occupy the margins of the metagame as well. I am so excited to show this off. I'm going to let them know that I'm ready, and then we are going to jump into the final match. And maybe. There we go. So checking the predictions real quick, it would appear that, it's almost 50-50. 54 on Dinosaur. Now, a lot depends on the opener. Obviously, VW prefers to play without having to deal with pesky pieces of interaction. And we'll see who won the die roll here. Both on 42 cards, by the way. Hilarious. It would appear that the Dinosaur player has won the die roll. Now, that does not mean the match is a foregone conclusion. Far from it. In fact, Kalti has a lot of really good stuff in the deck in order to combat this, even out of game one, including Lancia, of which they are playing 3. If they fire that off here, it is functionally the end of the turn. All right, apparently they do not have it. They're going to activate the effect of Misk, calling 1, banishing 1, and here is, you guessed it, an Animadorned Archosaur. We can use that to trigger the effect of the Lost World and to pop in our hand a copy of the baby. All right, we'll use the baby likely to summon a copy of Soul-Eating Oviraptor from deck, which can then target the Jureg token in order to resummon the baby and pop a baby. You've all been here before. Soul-Eating Oviraptor effect, we can get Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. We can get Giant Rex, I guess, if we want. We haven't committed to a normal summon even, so getting it into rotation is pretty sick. Just going for another baby here. We'll normal the baby. We'll Oviraptor for the baby. Wow, not even worrying about targeting the token. And then we'll trigger the baby in the graveyard in order to summon from deck probably a Giant Rex. Oh, they're on the Scrap Raptor line. Okay, well, let's see how far they can go. Scrap Raptor, of course, is a very powerful card gifted to the deck a couple of formats ago that was meant to break it into the future. But unfortunately, there wasn't even really an agreement as to whether you were playing this card or not. It's really powerful, but of course, it is also kind of bricky. It enables a bunch of really strong lines, but lines that are easy to interrupt. And it wasn't really doing anything that the deck couldn't already accomplish unless you dedicated a huge amount of main board slots to it. So we'll see just how much this Scrap Raptor is going to accomplish. This is the Scrap Wyvern line. We'll pop the Scrap Raptor. We will trigger the Scrap Wyvern in order to get a Scrap Chimera into the mix, and we'll trigger the Raptor as well here. So there's the Chimera. And the Wyvern allows him to bring back the Scrap Raptor. We'll pop the Wyvern here so that we get to keep the Dino on field. The stat line is just a little better. And then, boom, we're making a Savage Dragon with that Scrap Raptor in the graveyard. All right, so now we have a way to negate pretty much anything our opponent would do from this position. We can use Chimera to bring back this copy of Scrap Raptor. Scrap Raptor, of course, a tuner, so we can continue to extend from this position if we want. We can also overlay for the really powerful Dino Xyz. Or we can make this card! We saw this last game as a way to recycle Miscellaneousaurus. And I gotta tell you, it looks kind of tight. So, obviously, Miscellaneousaurus's banish effect is a hard once per turn. But it is also, like, pretty strong. So just having more copies of it in rotation lets you role play it being like 2019 and you being able to play this at full power. We will use the double evolution pill to resummon this giant Rex from Banished. We can make one of the powerful Evolzars going for Dolka here. And now if we detach for Dolka, we have Misk in rotation once again. This is kind of tight, I'm not going to lie. So we'll trigger Amaterasu in draw phase in order to add the Chimera back to hand, and we have even more material to go off with next turn. Wow, I never thought I would see this card seeing play, but here we are. Draco back targeting the token. Son of a bitch. There's no way. It still works. It technically still works. Oh my god. I mean, I don't know what you do. Now, I don't think we're able to target a monster, so we have to target the Lost World. I guess the Wyvern maybe does something. I can't think of what it would do. Okay, so we can now target these guys again, but where are we going from here, baby? Okay, Qinglong is strong. I mean, with certain cards, this potentially trades for, like the Borreload Savage Dragon, but the Dolka is just really going to complicate things here. Savage negating the Qinglong. Wow, that is not something I expected to happen. Huh. Now we are all of the sudden in a position where a single copy of Forbidden Droplet might open up this entire game to us. The only thing that we know still on the field is the Dolka. Okay, we're going to get and then discard the Nyan Nyan. Normal the Lulu. That allows us to trigger the Nyan Nyan without having to commit to any hand effects. Do we have a way to clean the Dolka from here? That's going to get Tyranno. We're letting that resolve, sending the Amaterasu. And Kalti's going to surrender. Okay, quick game one for Dino. Ooh, that was rough. I think with a different opener, Kalti could have done it. And we've seen them open incredibly this top cut. But, you know, VW is VW. Dino cannot win this? I don't know. They're one game away. I think it's very possible. I think it's very possible. I wonder what you board if you're Kalti. Just like, I can't fucking lose to Dino, please. Boom! We're just firing on all cylinders today, baby! Enchantress this, wham! What the fuck? Okay, so yeah, cat's out of the bag. Kalti has some extremely spicy shit out of the board. At its core, this deck is not only Virtual World, it's also a Beatrice control deck. We saw Snow in Swiss, and we saw, like, send Lancia to Barone tag into it, same with Scythe. But you can also send Necro World Banshee. And this is a very funny way to do it. Oh, man. Sometimes you just draw the zombie world, though. What if we just pass here? I mean, yeah, if we have a Lulu, I mean, we win. Well, yeah, let's go, baby. Let's go. Actually, let's not go at all. Can we see the driver in hand, please? No, okay. Oh, my gosh. Nothing in the rule book that says a dinosaur can't be a zombie. That's what I'm saying. So what if we just pass? Yeah, it looks like that's what we're doing. All right, okay. And it don't banish. What? Oh! Oh, there's no way, man. There's just no fucking way this is gonna happen. Absolutely not. Do you think we make Omega even, or we just like make some fucking Halka Fibrax nonsense get going? Oh Lord Almighty. I think they're thinking like, how much does Zombie World actually fuck me up here? Is it a lot? Is it a little? We'll find out. One starter and the game is over. Yeah, I mean, and the deck has 15 ways to get to their starters. They're thinking about it. Make Verte shut the fuck up. Yes! This is Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh, shit. All right, that will do it. That is going to do it, in fact. Oh, God. I guess they could get Misk here if they have a baby in hand. That's pretty good. I don't play Verte. I'll spoil it right now. Why would you play Verte? What would you possibly summon off Verte? You ain't got room for DPE. Misk doesn't work under Zombie World. Yeah, it does. You just gotta believe in yourself. Oh, because it's graveyards too. Yep. Just use an Overraptor to get Overraptor. Mirror Force. It's just Stratos all over again. All right, so if we have another name in hand and the set card is like a fucking Chuche, we can maybe do it. That's like the only scenario, though. Otherwise, we are dead to fucking driver beatdown. All right, what do we got? If we were playing Omega, this is it, right? Okay, so that's Omega. If we draw the last name, it was Water Enchantress. Fuck me, that would have been crazy. Culty says, this is I mean, there's Lost World. You know, I don't think that accomplishes anything. All right, come on, any name. Or Aramasir. Fucking anything here. Easy! Easy. Just the easiest draw of my life, chat. Oh my goodness. I love Adventure. I love it so much. Okay, Rite of Aramasir. Gonna get a token and a Fateful Adventure. How far can you go with just Fateful Adventure? Now, importantly, Lost World doesn't say that you can't target dinosaur monsters. It says you can't target monsters, period. Which means that this Draco back cannot bounce the Soul-Eating Overraptor. It is actually not able to do so. It also means that we are fucked because we don't have a monster to normal or special. And as a result, can't search the Draco back that we need to keep the Griffin Rider in hand. What is this set card? The set card has got to be the greatest card ever made, right? Okay, so back comes the Omega. There's another Overraptor. You know, a second Overraptor. Okay, that will trigger the Journey of Destiny. Thinking about Omega here. So now we are not in a terrible position. We can Go ahead and get the Draco back so our guy doesn't die. Now we just gotta figure out a way to get that Griffin Rider in our hand. Are we gonna Overraptor for Overraptor? Place your bets now. Let's keep the train rolling. The blue gadget has returned, and he's even blue again. We're gonna get Animadorned Archosaur in 15 turns. Damn, is that gonna be powerful? Okay, I don't want to say anything. Okay, so another fun fact. Lost World procs not on Jureg tokens, on normal monsters. So it will proc on the Brave token if the Brave token would be destroyed by battle. So if they can out the Fateful Adventure, they can proc their own Lost World. But thankfully they can't do that shit. All right, Omega again, baby. Culty, you gotta draw any monster. Any monster does it. Literally any monster at all. You know what? Actually, I don't even think you need to draw a monster. You can just fire the Fateful here. Aquamancer for the Rite of Aramasir. Love this, by the way. Just excellent. Just epic. You can just do this forever. Okay, Fateful. We're going to add the Wandering. You can pitch the Aramasir. We don't need that shit anymore. Should have added Arco when I added Ovi. Yeah. So if they had stopped doing the Ovi line one turn earlier, they could have used the pill to get over the token and proc the Lost World. But the value was just too alluring. The value was too alluring. Unfortunately, we have to summon this in defense position because of the way it interacts with exactly stupid freaking Psy-Frame Lord Omega. Ruining our day, by the way. Okay, now we have a setup that contests the Animadorned Archosaur, which maybe gets us out of some trouble. Set one card, sure. I don't really understand why they're doing that, but, you know, it is what it is. Okay, so we get the Aquamancer back. Main one. What are we doing here? We can normally Animadorned Archosaur. Now, no, we're just going to combat. We're trying for that set monster. What do you think it is? How would they summon Ultimate Conductor Tyranno? Thank you, chat. Can you banish from hand with Pill? Am I wrong? I just assumed you could banish from hand. Yes. Oh, okay. Let's go. Chat wrong, I'm right. That never happens. What are we doing in second main? I wonder if we... Oh, this is hard. I wonder if we negate the Omega. Okay, normal Ovi again. I wonder how much we negate here. They're letting it resolve. Says, at this point, you can have every single card in the goddamn game. Oh, no! Oh, shit! Oh, God. Oh. Not good. Fossil Dig. 4 Miscellaneousaurus. Omega. Grab the Aqua Actress. That is all 3 copies. All right, any VW. We have not seen fucking dick fuck anything from VW here. Culty, things are about to get very bad for you. You're going to have to figure out something to do here. You could make Verte. I don't think it really accomplishes anything. 1 VW. I just need 1 VW. I freaking love Yu-Gi-Oh! I love it! I imagine the set card is Chuche. I mean, that would be the funniest part if the set card was Chuche, I think. It is so sad that Kalti went undefeated all day just to make it to finals and get absolutely fucking W'd. Favorite says, I'm going to be real. I am not sure I deserved this one. Just surrender and go to game 3. This is game 2. Chuche, it was Chuche. Oh, come on. Oh, that's so any VW. 12 cards, no VW. Oh. Well, folks, that is probably going to do it. Animadorned Archosaur here. We can pop a baby in our hand. Grab a pill, trigger baby. I guess theoretically we might have no dinosaurs in our hand and we still live. That seems unlikely, but possible.
That was wrong.
Theoretically. The Swamp Fox lives, thank you for the 6. I guess maybe we're playing like freaking Nightmare Phoenix. That would also win. Oh, we do have a dino in hand. The Lancia and the UCT. You're never going to make the UCT. Just go for another UCT here. That is lethal. Pop the baby. Set the whole field. Baby effect. For Scrap Raptor. This is 3,000 as is. And it looks like Feywin will be Fey-winning. This March 2022 Chalislime Monthly with, of all things, Dinosaur. My God. What a world we live in. And you all said adventure was broken. Well, get a load of this. That was really unreal. Just unbelievable. Well, thank you all for coming by. I really appreciate this. Congratulations to Feyrin on their unbelievable victory, a crazy push through Top Cut, and a massive finish. But congratulations to all the individuals in Top Cut. Congratulations for Kalti. That finals round was the first one that they lost. The Lurker28, thank you for the sub. Yeah, brother, I have a YouTube. Sure. Link it up, baby. Outside of that, I will see you all next time. Thank you all so much for coming by. We have over 1,000 people watching this. I love doing live Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm so happy that we get to do these tournaments on an online client where we all get to pretend like we own all the cards, and as a result, you see a much larger amount of experimentation with a much larger sort of variety of cards. And I appreciate that all of you saw that opportunity and decided it's time to play Adventure. Big shouts out while I'm here to Rebby for doing so much work behind the scenes, Coder and Luna for helping me with the with MC and the integrated software. And outside of that, I am going to be back on Monday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Prague Monday. We're going to be talking about Gage again. See you then. Thanks for stopping by. If you got top 16, you are owed prizing, and I will get in contact with you later tonight. Other than that, peace.